What's going on, guys? Frankietrades here, bringing you another new Sunday stock watch list, guys. I know you guys are loving these. I know you guys really enjoy seeing what my thought process is going into the week. So I'm always gonna, like I said, I'm always gonna be bringing these to you guys from now on. So, without much more being said, before we start, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. And don't forget to hit that bell ring notification so you guys get the latest updates on any videos, any posts I do on YouTube. I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel out a lot. But the favorite part that you guys are all looking forward to, going into this week, we have, as far as earnings go, we really don't have too much going on as far as any big tech stocks. Tech stocks are right around the corner. I know MU reports roughly in like another 2 weeks. So usually when MU reports, you usually start getting all the big tech companies like Meta, Tesla, AMD, all these other tech companies that we like to trade in our Discord chat. So, but yeah, going into this week, really don't have too much going on. The only, I guess, stock that I really have that I would be watching closely would probably be AVGO, which would be Broadcom in the report after Wednesday close. I don't have anything planned for that for this week as far as any pre-play, just because I'm sure it'd be really expensive. And usually with AVGO, I usually don't like trading that unless it has some sort of post-earnings play or some sort of volatile move it made the night previously going into pre-market. So AVGO is pretty much knocked off the list for that for us. So not need to worry about that. And as far as the watch list goes, guys, now with NVDA splitting, I'm sure that's the biggest thing that everyone is talking about. That has been everyone's biggest moneymaker this year, as far as that I know of. I'm sure, everyone has their own stocks and everything, but I'm sure NVIDIA has been the one that everyone's made their most buck on, I would say. So, but starting off with the indexes, you guys know I like to start with these, is NQ and ES. So as far as NQ goes, and ES, actually, they both have 30-minute uptrends, or sorry, 1-hour uptrends to the bottom side. You can see here on NQ, we actually ended up touching off of it once and then rejecting off it again a second time recently. So as far as NQ goes, the only levels that I am concerned about to the downside is 18,930, which is the low we made on Friday, or if we come back to the upside above 19,100 into that 19,150 area at the upside. So I don't see any other trend lines on the smaller time frames that I'm concerned about. So for the meantime, that is what I'm concerned with NQ. So. And then ES, same idea, same picture with the trend line. We also have a trend line here. We rejected off of it twice near the beginning, and then we recently broke it and then wicked right back above it. It's something to keep an eye out for because we did reject off of it previously, respecting it, and then this time we closed above it, respecting it yet again. So it's going to be important to see how we approach that trend line. As far as the levels that I'm concerned about on ES, I would be looking at 53.30 and then 53.85 for you guys with ES as far as the upside and downside goes with that. So same idea, no other trend lines that I see that could get in the way for us. So we're pretty clear on that front end. So, and then I'm going to start with the side watch list this time around. These are kind of like the whatever setups that I'm kind of just about. First up is Apple. Apple, nothing too crazy. The all-time high is at the 199.62 area. That is the all-time high. NVIDIA did just recently surpass it as far as market cap goes, so that is something to keep an eye out for if Apple can really catch up to it or if it's going to make new lows or however this is going to approach the market. But as far as Apple goes, really all I'm looking at is at 197 for maybe some sort of breakout scalp. Nothing too serious there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the setup for Apple. Nothing too crazy going on at that level. And then another side watch setup that I have pretty far away. Not too concerned about this, at least going into the week, at the beginning of the week. Maybe this could set up later on in the week. But Google, sure, it's a little bit weak ahead of the market with where the market had closed. But for the bigger picture, I am looking at 178 with room up to that 178.70 area to 179. So $5 away, that's a lot for Google. So this is something that's more just a back burner for you guys just to throw in there for maybe if this sets up later this week or maybe in the oncoming future. So that is my ideal plan with Google. Now, the main watch list is what you guys are all excited about. First one is, I want to say completely random, but is a stock that I played this week, and I ended up making good money off of it. The contracts actually has some pretty good volume and liquidity behind it. The only thing that was a little bit sketchy on it were the spreads, but a lot of stocks are like that at the open. But this one was a little bit sketchier than usual. I did go in a little bit heavier than what I'd liked. I wasn't too comfortable with the stock, shouldn't have done that, but that's something I know now. But CRM. CRM is a little bit far from the area that I do want it at, but it does look good on the smaller time frame here. You can see that we are consolidating above 240 as of right now, and between that gap at 247. You can see here off my chart, if you guys know by now, any yellow lines or areas that I have between my yellow lines are gaps. That's just how I like to mark my gaps. Other people do it differently. Do whatever, how you want to do it, you know. But as far as CRM goes, I'm looking at anything above 247. Not too interested to the downside. Granted, we do have a double bottom there at 240 waiting for us, but like I said, I'm still new to trading this stock. When I traded the top here on the gap at 241, it was a really clean setup. It was a double top. Ended up taking it and ended up paying really well. And I'm going to keep sticking to that trend until I understand how the bottom side works with trading this stock. So for the meantime, only interested to the upside on 247 on CRM, room up to 250 on that. So next up, if we're going by alphabetical order, is NVDA, guys. If I can type that in, that is. Here we go. So everyone's all-time favorite stock has finally split here. But I'm already cooking this for you guys in the Discord chat. You guys are going to get it as well. Lucky for you guys. But as far as NVIDIA goes, guys, for the meantime, for where we're currently at going into tomorrow, things could change. And that's the premium of being in the Stock Hours Discord chat with Nor and the rest of us interns. And the students is you get the first bit of news from all of us and what we're looking at with these stocks. So as far as NVIDIA goes, guys, at least at this moment, I'm looking at anything above 122 for a scalp, or I'm waiting for the downside. Really the safest way to play NVIDIA to the downside that I have as of right now, because I have no idea how this is going to move. No one knows how this is going to move. Is it going to move like Apple? Is it going to move like AMD? Is it going to move a lot slower? We don't know. We can only assume it's going to move a lot slower because of the big splits that this stock has had in the last couple of years. So as far as NVIDIA goes, I'm looking at anything above 122. And as far as the downside goes, the safest entry is at 117.50 because we have a $1 gap there all the way down to 116.60. Not too much, but for a stock like this, for the amount it has split, that $1 means a lot to the stock. So those kinds of gaps are worth noting now on this stock as compared to before when it was a $1,000 stock and a $1 gap wouldn't really mean much on it. So with NVIDIA, that is my plan to take it at 117.50 if it's the safest entry. Can I take an early entry at 118? I can. I might risk it there just to see how the contracts are moving, how the stock is moving as a whole, but we won't know until this opens up tomorrow and we get an idea how this is moving throughout the week. So that is my plan with NVIDIA. You guys know what I have lined up for this now. Next up is SMCI, everyone's favorite stock in the Stock Hours Discord. I say favorite because it is a really risky stock. It's really volatile. A lot of people don't like it for that reason. The spreads are really wide. People just don't know how to trade this stock and really handle the risk management on it. It's a tricky stock, don't get me wrong. It took me a little bit to learn it because I was 50-50 on it for a while, and then I started getting the edge on it now that I know how to really outperform the stock and the moves it has and the bounces and the risk management side aspect to this. So as far as SMCI goes, it's a really simple setup. All I'm looking at this is the 755 low and going into that into 750. $5 scalp, not too much to a lot of people. For a stock like SMCI, that is an easy move for the stock to do. But yeah, that is pretty much the ideal setup right there for SMCI. Nothing too crazy, no big trend lines or anything, but you guys can see here on the chart, I'm looking at 755 and then room down to 750 down here. So that is the setup for SMCI. And then last but not least, actually, probably my favorite looking setup would be TSM. Another stock we haven't really traded, but now that NVIDIA is splitting, we don't know how this is going to move. We don't know if it'll be in and out of the rotation, if it'll be in the rotation daily, who knows. So with me having to adjust to that, your job as a trader is to always adjust to what the market's doing. So for me, I'm looking at around the tech sector, seeing what other stocks are feasible to really put in our rotation every day, maybe once a week, maybe every 2 weeks. Now that NVIDIA is not potentially can't be an everyday stock, but like I said, we won't know going into this week and the weeks later on progressing and see how NVIDIA is really moving. So as far as TSM goes, though, I'm looking at the ascending wedge here, and ascending wedges are probably one of my top setups, or one of my favorite setups as well, following consolidation breaks and all those other setups that I've talked about on the channel and in the Discord before. So as far as TSM goes, I'm looking at the 166 level. The all-time high is at 166.66. a lot of sixes there. But I'm looking to take the 166 break into that all-time high and then ride it into 167. No diddy. But that is the setup that I am looking to take on that. So nothing too crazy on this. It is a really good looking setup, so I'm excited to see if this comes about. But it's another stock that I am willing to add to my rotation based off of me trading it previously in the past couple of weeks. It does move pretty clean. It's not the worst stock to trade in the world. Happens to fake out a little bit, but that's just me trying to learn the stock still and seeing if it's worth the risk, the reward trading this long term still. So, but another good looking setup that I have on this for you guys. So, but yeah, that is about it for the Sunday stock watches, guys. Not too much going on. NVIDIA is the biggest thing for this week to look forward to and see how it moves now that it has finally split. So, with that much more being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. But don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and ring that bell notification. I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow, and it helps push the channel forward to others who are looking to get the best watch list on the internet besides Nora's on the Stock Hours channel. So with that much more being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a good week. So peace out.